Today we're looking at the best hitch options for our 2019 Subaru Ascent. On the top we have our Draw-Tite, below that we have our ecohitch, and at the bottom we have our curt. Of the three, my favorite is the Draw-Tite here, but we're going to cover some of the differences and similarities between the three. One of the biggest differences is that our top two here are going to be hidden behind the bumper, while our curt is going to hang out below the bottom and you are going to be able to see the cross tube. And when it comes down to their overall weight ratings and towing capacities, our Draw-Tite is going to take the cake there, with the highest tongue weight of 750 pounds and the gross towing capacity of 5,000 pounds. Our lower two here are both going to have 5,000 pounds for its gross towing capacity as well, but the tongue weight on our ecohitch is going to drop down to 500, and our curt is going to drop down to 675. The Draw-Tite here, having the highest weight ratings, also has the capabilities of working with the weight distribution system. Our ecohitch and our curt don't have that option. The two hitches that are going to be hidden behind the bumper are going to have brackets on them for mounting your wiring. The one on our ecohitch here is really designed for a 7-pole connector, where the one on our Draw-Tite here is a little bit more universal. You do need to provide an additional bracket to work with this one, but it gives a great mounting point to hook it up. And while our curt down here has no brackets or place to put anything for your wiring. The safety chain loops on all three are going to vary quite a bit. On our curt, the plate's going to be on the bottom with a fairly large opening here, so it should accommodate most chains. Our ecohitch is going to have separated plate style loops that has an even larger opening, so it's more accommodating for different chains. And our Draw-Tite here has plate style again, but it's going to be on top of the receiver rather than on the bottom. And this can be a little bit awkward when hooking the chains on if you go a certain way at it. If you come from underneath, it hooks up pretty easily. When it comes down to installation, our Draw-Tite and our ecohitch here are going to go behind the bumper, so you are going to have to remove the rear fascia. However, doing so, it's fairly easy on this vehicle. There's not a whole lot of bolts that hold it on, and it snaps off fairly easily. They are going to replace your bumper beam, so you do want to keep that in mind. Our curt here is the only one that's going to mount below, so you don't have to remove the fascia and take off your bumper beam. With that being said, the curt is going to have the lowest clearance because it is going to be below the bumper, while these two are going to be behind the bumper up much higher, so it won't affect your clearance at all. And though it may be difficult to tell, I've currently got the Draw-Tite installed on our Ascent here. Now you can't even tell it's there. There's a panel here that simply pulls off, revealing our hitch. And you can see that it's going to sit much higher versus our curt, which would be down here below. When it comes to similarities, they're all going to be Class 3 hitches with 2-inch receivers, and they're all going to use a 5/8" hitch pin. The only difference is our Draw-Tite here has another hole just to the rear of the 5/8" hitch pin hole that allows the use of a J-pin. A J-pin will wrap around on one end and poke in that hole, pressing against anything that's in your receiver, keeping it nice and tight, acting as an anti-rattle device. So when it comes to towing, I'm going to have to give that to the Draw-Tite because it has the highest weight ratings, can work with a weight distribution system, and also has better clearance than the curt does. When it comes to appearance, I'm going to have to tie that between the Draw-Tite and the ecohitch. They're both going to be hidden behind the bumper, so you're not even going to know they're there. The only small difference between them is going to be the finish, where it's a black powder coat finish on our Draw-Tite, and our ecohitch has a textured black powder coat finish. When it comes to recreational use, I'm going to have to give that to our Draw-Tite because it has that extra option to use a J-pin, so you can have an anti-rattle device on any of your accessories, even ones that don't come included with it. And that completes our look at the best hitch options for our 2019 Subaru Ascent.